Hola Colchoneros, welcome to Atleti Fanatics, and I have with me Saint Keeks as usual. I mean, I don't even know what to say. So we have another game, La Liga Match Day 2, and it was a good start. It was a very good start, but unfortunately we ended this match in a draw, which again is frustrating for every one of us, the fans and everyone. Uh, but I mean, there were some positives, but I think there were like a lot of negative points, I would say. I mean, like this is what really like it really bothers me. Like, why do you know we always start the league a step behind from Barcelona and Real Madrid? Always. Last season, Villarreal draw, Espanyol draw, and then a couple of I think a couple of more draws, and then until we like we got into the rhythm with those 15 unbeaten streak. We always start with a step back. We've already 5 points behind Barcelona, and it's not looking good, guys. It's not looking good. It's definitely not looking good. Like, we will talk about this in detail today. I think our team still lacks a few more players, I would say. Definitely a winger, and definitely someone on the right hand side for Giuliano. We definitely need someone in that position. I mean, like, I wish we could have get Enzo Millet from Stuttgart, but it's okay. I mean, I'm pretty much in for Nico Gonzalez right now. I think like we are actually like literally in a need of a right winger, and at this point, like, even if it's Nico Gonzalez, like, I'm gonna take him in because the situation right now of Atletico de Madrid is very weird. I mean, like, we are very wasteful up front. But anyway, we're going to talk about this, and we're going to talk about this frustration which we all feel, and let us know your opinion, guys. What do you think about it? And what were you like? I mean, like, to be honest, like, for me it was my weekend ruined, to be honest, because of this draw, and especially like how it came, to be honest. So it was a really disaster. And do let us know your opinions, and again, help us reach 500 subscribers. We are still away from that goal, and like this video, subscribe this video. So yeah, smash that like and subscribe button, just like Atletico de Madrid is smashing our hopes. So yeah, just like that. But anyway, Saint Keeks, your initial thoughts on the draw of the match?
Because one of those games is just like it's frustrating because I think if you look at both of those games, we play these games at a different time when we actually have a proper rhythm. This is probably two very easy wins. I said before I'm not particularly worried about Elche. After that 90 minutes, I think I was right to feel that way. I was not particularly worried about Elche. We had a lot of our own problems came from simple things that would have been rectified. Like Cardoso made a good run to cover for the counter attack, right? Llorente is not coordinating with Cardoso to properly close down the threat. And as a result, they leave a very large space for Rafa Mir to take a free shot against Oblak effectively. And you leave Oblak out into the open where he is not particularly comfortable because he's far enough away from the goal because he's expecting some actual defense and then nothing really comes. And there's no resistance and it's an easy goal. It's sort of the initial feelings of the situation is more of a I really wish we had things set in place. I wouldn't have to worry about small games like this because we let's say Sorloth scores that second goal. I have full confidence that we probably score a third before halftime, and Yano probably comes on in the second half. Full confidence that happens. But the reality is these things don't happen often enough with Atletico. And we probably do need to like relook at some things, but I view this as I view generally more positive than negative, despite the fact that we drew at home to a team I think we should have easily like beat blitzed past. But that's my feeling. I think we'll go again. We'll talk more detail in terms of which parts were concerning, which things we need to figure out and all these other things, what Simeone did right, what Simeone did wrong, so on and so forth. But for the most part, my initial feelings is I'm still more positive than negative on Atletico this season.
You're still holding on to something positive.
I mean, it's 2 games out of like 38, though. I don't. I'm not really worried too much. Like if we were 5 games in and we had like 3 points, yeah, I'd be worried.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, like,
I'd
it's
be very,
okay,
very worried.
okay. It's not gonna be like we're gonna go and win the next 36 games.
I didn't say that. I just saying it's like the fact that we have a lot of our issues come from the flaws of a lot of these players not being fully synergized with each other yet. You add that with and you mentioned before that how we always start seasons off a little bit slow. Like every season, like I said last year with the Villarreal, the season before that, the season before that. If you remember, there's only one season where we started particularly well.
And that was the season we won the league.
Right. And the reason for that, well, even before that, actually, most of the seasons before that, we did do fairly well and we had solid title challenges, like the 2015-16 season, the 2016-17. Like we had decent results. It's just other things came in the way. But if we were to say what went wrong between those periods of time till now, it's like every year we've had either a rushed or an incomplete preseason. And one time that we had a good preseason and we had everything ready and set, we ended up the first half of the season. I think we had 10 or 12 points ahead of Madrid and Barcelona by the end of December. From there, it was just a matter of maintaining that lead and winning the league from there afterwards. The problem here is, yet again, it's the same thing. I know this is a kind of almost like a cop-out answer a little bit because we did technically have a preseason, but it's just we had 3 games. One of them was behind closed doors against Rayo. We normally have at least 4, if not 5, with the Numancia game. And then we usually have at least another week or 2 of actual physical conditioning for a lot of these players. I think it's great that a lot of these signings came in before the preseason and we could get most of it in. It's just the fact that Bayern is already injured. Jimenez didn't even get time to properly recover. Barrios basically didn't have preseason with us. What do you call it? It's like you can see certain styles of play. I think we talked about it in the second preseason game that we talked about, which is against Newcastle. There was clearly a different type of game that we were playing. We're trying to press. We're trying to figure out these principles of play. And before we even finish principles of play, we're already into La Liga. You know what I mean? We didn't get to test out the full scope of what it is to do certain things. Hopefully by the end of this international break, some of this will be figured out. But again, that's how I feel right now. I feel like I dragged it a little bit. But yeah. So what are your feelings on at least the first half?
I'll start actually. It was a great start. Like I would say, a great ball from David Hansko, and then we had the first goal, perfect. And then we had the second chance. I think I'm gonna be even before that. I think we had a chance. I would say Giuliano was really bad in this game. Like I did really like what Giuliano did in this game. He was very, very wasteful, very wasteful. And this is what I mean by we actually need Nico Gonzalez, because again, we need someone. If let's say if Giuliano is having a bad day, we need someone in that position, and we don't really have someone in that position. So we do need a right winger. Now, I can see this. This is becoming very, very necessary right now to have a right winger, because Giuliano had a very bad day yesterday. He could have literally put Sorloth for a tap in. He misplaced that pass. There you go, it got intercepted. Second, he got a chance. I don't know. I think Giuliano lacked composure. He's is always in a kind of a hurry, you know. He was Thiago Almada played a through ball, and he was just in a hurry to take the shot. I think if he showed much composure, he would have made something out of it. at least like maybe a shot on target or a corner or something, not like a wasteful shot which was again going way off target. And the second chance again from Juliano Sorloth set him up 1v1 with the keeper. He hit the post. I mean, offside was given, but it was onside. I think if it goes to VAR, that's a goal. If he finishes that chance. But anyway, Sorloth got his chance. Thiago Almada again, great play by Thiago Almada. Sorloth only won. He missed the chance. I mean, I can't really blame Simeone over here. Like, I don't know. If you're gonna miss 4 or 5 chances, like 4 or 5 clear chances, where he should be taking these chances, obviously the opponent will actually hurt you in some way. There you go. They got one chance, one counter attack, 1-1. That's it. There's a thunderstorm actually over here. Is it yours?
Nah, it's me.
That's
We're both
you?
in the tropics, don't worry.
Okay, I was like, damn, okay, like my thunderstorm is that loud, but yeah, I mean, there's a thunderstorm going on in Atlético de Madrid as well right now. We're literally dropping,
Transition.
we're dropping points here and there. But yeah, like I said, I think if we're gonna be wasteful in front of goal, obviously the opponents will hurt us. We were wasteful against Espanyol, same wasteful against Elche as well. The game was we could have scored at least 3 4 goals easily. I'm saying easily. They got one chance, they scored it. Fine. I mean, like, I can't really blame anyone in that one. That was just like 2 3 passes combining, and boom, it's in the back of the net all of a sudden.
Initially, I
But
blamed Llorente, but then upon looking it back, that's not Llorente's fault. That's just a
I mean,
miscommunication.
you can't, yeah, you can't really blame anyone for that goal. It's
Yeah.
just a great pass. Like sometimes you have to like give credit to the other players as well. It was just a great pass, and then perfect weight on the ball to set up Rafa Mir. And then, I mean, Oblak said, like, like maybe he could have done better in that position, like maybe much better positioning to save that. But I can't really blame Oblak on that one as well. But anyway, I was back to it. Like, we were very, very wasteful. The only, I mean, like, Julian Alvarez had 0 shots. David Hansko was great. Thiago Almada again. This guy was great again. Same case. He's proving you wrong, actually. You don't like him. He's proving you wrong. He's being one of the best
I'm
players
fine
in
with being
Atleti
proven
right
wrong.
now.
I'm very, very fine with being proven. When I'm being pessimistic, I like being proven wrong. So if he does this over the course of a season, I'm happy. I'm more than happy.
He created 3 chances. He set up Sorloth for 1v1. He set up Giuliano for, like I said, like if he showed like much composure. And I think he was, the rest I would say, again, first half was again, we were dominating, but again, we were not completely dominating in the midfield. I would say we are still lacking that sharpness, like we feel everyone is match ready. Everyone is 100% match fitness. They have, everyone has that 100% match fitness. I didn't feel it in this match, and I am actually, you're not worried, but I am actually worried because next game is Alaves. That's away, and we last time we struggled against Alaves away at home. We struggled against Alaves at home, which was 2-1. We got a penalty, and we got a goal from Sorloth.
Do you remember what struggled against
and
Alaves last time?
and that happened in the last 15 minutes. Yeah, sorry, you were saying something.
No, so do you remember the last time why we struggled against Alaves in those 2 games?
Are you going to talk about Santiago Moreno over
I'm
here?
going to talk about Santiago Murillo. Because the first game that we played, it was a kind of a stalemate because of how well they were defending, right? And then I don't know what happened to the brain of the manager, Luis Garcia, but he decided to sub off Santiago Marino in the 81 minutes. He wasn't injured, he just subbed him off. And we scored these 2 goals. And I was like, okay, nice, we win. And it's like, and the same kind of thing happened again when we played, as you said, when we played at Alaves. We didn't really have anything. We couldn't really create any chances because Mourinho just stuffed out all of our chances. So with him not there, maybe it's an easier game. It's never going to be easy to go to Alaves and win, but
Yeah, but anyway, I was saying like we are very, very wasteful. Like if you look at Barcelona, like what happened yesterday against Levante. Levante had their chances, they took them. Barcelona had the complete control of the game. They were literally knocking on the door. And look at the goals, how they find the goals. The first one, outside the box, bam, Petri, goal. Look at the quality. Second, from a corner, again, Ferran Torres, goal. Third goal, again, Lamine Yamal, again. He got lucky. These things doesn't happen with us. We don't get these movements. Against us, if we concede a goal and like we're looking for a goal, literally you pick up any team. You can pick up a team from second division. The defender's gonna play like, I don't know, Prime Maldini or Nesta. Literally. And when these players come up against Barcelona or Real Madrid, they play like shit. They're gonna do something stupid.
I I mean, pressure is pressure. Like they're a big team, and it does mentally affect you. But I think what you see in Barcelona is a fully well rested team for a long period of time, with a good preseason, a good manager who understands what he needs from his team. Um, I think things worked out. I am a little like I'm not saying that they don't deserve the result. I am saying it is unfortunate because in most situations that could have easily been a 2-2 ender. You know what I mean? It could have easily ended.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the goals how they came. Pedri
Mhm.
outside the box, 30 yards, goal.
I say
Like I don't
easily,
see,
as if
I
like
don't,
they
I
didn't
don't
have
see,
multiple
I don't
chances.
see.
They could
Yeah,
have.
I don't see any player in our team doing that for us to make a comeback. I don't see any player doing that. Second, again from corner, Ferran Torres, goal. We had 10 corners. We have 10 corners in this game. 10 corners. We didn't do shit with the corners. Next, again, you look at the third goal. Again, one cross and again one stupid header and like own goal. These players don't do it when they're playing against us. No, like if that was the cross from, let's say, Almada or Giuliano, the the guy will literally head it out of the box. He will defend it perfectly. Like yesterday, this Austrian defender from Elche,
Mhm.
he was literally intercepting every ball, blocking every shot. Like I said, like against us, these guys play like Prime Maldini or Nesta. I don't know why. I don't know why. Against us, they're gonna score goals like from anywhere on the pitch. They'll have everything perfect. One perfect long ball, one perfect through ball, goal. Against Real Madrid and Barcelona, they'll be wasteful as fuck. They'll like either shoot it over here and there. And then, see, that's what I'm saying. We're Atletico de Madrid. Things doesn't go our way. Someone has a Duju wall or something inside the stadium. I don't know, because things doesn't just go our way. It's just like suffering and suffering. Whatever you wanna call it. Like we are the unluckiest team on the planet, literally. So you have to take your chances. You have to clinical enough. And when you don't, these things will happen. But anyway, yes, in case your thoughts on the first half.
Um, yeah, my thoughts were similar in some ways areas, right? I think Giuliano had a good game, but he was really, really bad in terms of his finishing. Like everything else, being able to make the right runs, being defensive, being able to get the ball where it needs to be, playing off of certain players. Everything was right, and it's just like, damn, it really just nudged your day in front of goal today, boy. Like that shot when he was at the edge of the box and he was about to, and he took it. I think it was from the Sorloth layoff, right? I was like, oh, easy goal. And then I saw it bounce off the post, and I was like, just not your day, just not your day. Like that, you can't. To me, I feel like it's a shame that people, like, yes, Juliano didn't have a good game in front of goal, but it's a shame for people to say, to want immediately somebody to start over him. Uh, and the way that people are talking about Giuliano as if he's some random player. Like, there's a reason why he's starting first. There's a reason why he was playing like he did yesterday. And I think overall our performance was very good. The problem is, as you said, we were wasteful. I I do think some aspects of the first half were things I don't appreciate. I think I like to see Alvarez as a second striker, and I've said before how I feel about it. But it's very clear that I don't want the entire system to be funneled into Sorloth because Sorloth is not going to finish it. Sorloth had two clear chances. He scored one. He didn't score the other one, right? Okay. There are plenty of other chances that he could have created by when Giuliano slipped the ball past. All you have to do is believe that the ball is going to come and make the forward run. He doesn't make the run. He never made the run. At any point in time in that first half, he never made the run. there was a time where he did mess up Juliano messed up one of the passes, but there were more than one pass that he made to Sorloth that could have easily ended with at least a shot on target, not necessarily a goal, but at least a shot, something to, dismantle Elche mentally, or rattle them a little bit, and it never really manifested. And the idea to funnel all of the attack into Sorloth was probably not a wise plan in retrospect, because yes, you had crossing from Ruggieri. Yes, you had good passing from Barrios and Alvarez and Almada. And like, people talked about how we needed something to change. And it's like, we had more than enough chances to kill this game in the first half alone. More than enough chances, in my honest opinion. And
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, if we'll be wasteful, like, these things will hurt us. I mean, like, again,
Sure.
like I said, easy points against Spaniel, 3 points given away. Easy points against Elche given away. So wasteful. I mean,
to
when I was looking at the bench in the second half, like someone who can come up, create something. I don't know, like something, get
where
that.
is your career type of player,
A,
yeah.
like someone who can like get that rabbit out of a hat, like someone who can just create some magic. I didn't see anyone. I saw Raspadori, like, fine, but again, I knew like he was low on confidence, he wouldn't be able to do much, but I think he did decent whatever minutes he got. And then I wasn't
He was
expecting any.
showing he was showing some fight and some spirit. I'm concerned that we are not going to make our investment into Raspadori is probably not going to be a very good investment, in my opinion.
No, he will fly. Like, once he will get his confidence, he will show his quality. Because with Napoli as well, I think, like. But anyway, we were just talking about first half.
Yeah,
Yeah, go
yeah.
on.
First half alone. Let's not get to Raspadori yet. Um, this like it's abundantly clear. Something I will criticize Simeone about very very openly. And I think it's been a problem for a long enough time that it needs to be fixed. Is his set piece defense. We took two corners, and Elche got two chances to score on us. What on earth is that? How could we take a corner and they immediately counter on us both times? That's nonsense. That's terrible defense, and that's something that needs to be addressed. Because when we are against their corners, I feel like they have a chance to score a goal. When we're taking corners, I feel like they have a chance to score a goal. It's not something I should be saying twice. We were a team that was the top, the very pinnacle when it came to set pieces, when it came to scoring from corners, when it came to defending corners, when it came to scoring from free kicks, scoring directly from free kicks, scoring indirectly. Like, that is what Atletico used to be. To see us in this current state is dismal. I don't think it's as easy as, yes, we should get another centre back, by the way, but it's not as easy as just buying another centre back and everything will be fixed. We clearly
We
need
do
that.
have a centre back.
Huh?
We do have a centre
Yes,
back.
we do have a centre back. But again, I don't think he's going, like, one player is not going to change a structural feeling. You know what I mean? Like, this is not a one-time thing, and it's
I
not
think there will be a time where Marco B will start games ahead of Lenormand. I can see it.
maybe. But my point is, Pubil can't fix 6 or 7 players not working in tandem together. One player can't do that. Godin alone, Godin, the greats, can't do that for us. If you understand what I mean, that is a structural issue, and that needs to be fixed from the ground up, and that needs to be a coaching thing to be addressed. This happened last season, happened season before that, happened season before that. I'm not cool with it. That needs to be changed. So that's something I will criticize very heavily about Simeone. There's some things that will be ironed out over time in terms of chance creation, and I like that Alvarez was really involved in the first half. But the fact that he had no shots when we really needed to score another goal, you know what I mean? Like, that's
I
not.
think, yeah, I think again, back to this point, I would say, like, Alex Baena, he has played like what 3-4 matches for us, including preseason and the La Liga, right? 3-4 matches with us
Mhm.
right now, and he's already the player like who we're like like who we're missing right now. Is already like he's literally the backbone. Is becoming the backbone of the team, including obviously that combination of Julian Alvarez, Thiago Almada, Alex Baena.
Mhm.
These three players, if if we miss any one out of these three, we're having problems in midfield. We're having problems creating those chances.
Luckily for us,
Alex Baena was
Bayana,
Alex Baena
Bayana
was
and
definitely missed.
Bayana and Almada have fairly decent injury records. Cardoso not so much, which is kind of a concern because that means we're going to have to go back to Barrios DM shifts. It's not like that's terrible because Barrios is very good at DM, but you know what I mean. It shouldn't be a we should fall back on our fallback that we already had to do because we didn't do the proper business last season. Or not even just last season, way before that. Because Koke not supposed to be a DM, but Koke is a DM. You know what I mean? If we had, if we address these things, so certain things will have changed, obviously. But the point stays the same, which is, I think we both talked about this before in preseason. I don't like the fact that if we get one injury to a Ruggeri, an Almada, a Baena, a Hanko, we're right back to last season's nonsense.
And
That,
literally, it is happening. It's literally the same.
and that can't be the solution with the team because it's like we saw what Galan did last season, we saw what Longley did last season, we saw how bad our left hand side was last season. It's clear to everyone we have upgraded in all of these places. Right? Hanko's been fantastic. I really like Ruggeri. I think Ruggeri had a really good first half. He got a lot of interceptions. He had a lot of really nice passes. He had a lot of really nice link up. He's a little like all of the things that we're seeing that we were interested about. He's already showing us, and I do appreciate it a lot. I like his crossing especially. And it's a clear upgrade on Galan. And it's the same thing with Almada.
Again, I'm gonna get back to this. Like we upgraded our upgraded like our left hand side, and then as soon as we did it, our right hand side goes to shit.
I'm gonna say this. I did not mind. I think because I didn't talk about it yesterday as well. I didn't mind Robert Lunamon's performance yesterday. It was a little shaky, but it was a lot better than the game before that. To the point of which I don't know if I would say comfortable, but I don't think I was particularly threatened on that side. Llorente had a little shaky first 15, 20 minutes and then showed up for the rest of the game. The same as like Giuliano, if he was clinical yesterday, we wouldn't be even talking about this. You know what I mean? For the most part, he was good, but oof. I can't.
I said I literally forgot to connect my mic with the audio actually. So the previous one was the iPad. So like you guys might have a problem hearing me for the first half, but it's okay. Thank God it was only first half. Yeah, I'm gonna make a comeback like Elche. But anyway, so yeah, so that was it. I think for the first half. Again, guys, do let us know in the comment section what do you guys think about the first half. How did everything panned out? But I think like we should have killed the game in first half itself. 2-3 goals easy.
That's what I wanted to see, and what we played, it was clear that we should have.
Yeah, we were very, very wasteful. But anyway, comes the second half. I would say I was literally second half. Like I could see within the first 10 minutes, you need to sub off Giuliano. You need to bring on Molina. I could see it. And when Molina actually came on, like our right hand side started looking a bit decent, because with Llorente, you have that. No, I would say like he was decent for me, Molina. Like he didn't do anything stupid. He was okay. And again, talking about Molina, like on the welcome night, it was very, very shameful to boo him actually. Like you're having everything good. Like why do you pick up on one player like who's never ever disrespected the club, disrespected the badge? And again, I think like again, whatever like he's having his bad form for sure, but like whenever he gives his all. He's a player, he's a human being, obviously, like like we all go through these moments, but to boo him was, I think, was literally out of the line. And I'm good, like the reception he received when he came on, I felt good. Fans realized it was a mistake and they gave him a good reception. But again, back to I think the first substitution I would have made was definitely Giuliano. I would have brought on Molina. I think again back to the topic. I think Giuliano needs some composure. He doesn't have to be someone like like in a hurry to do things. Is always in a hurry to do things. So he need to find some composure. Someone needs to talk with him because again, Giuliano has a great work rate. Giuliano has great speed, but again, you need to have that what do you call it, that composure as well. When to take on a player, when to dribble past, when to slow down, when to look for options. And Giuliano, like I said, Giuliano had two chances. Giuliano could have set up Sorloth for a tap in as well. He had that chance as well. That's three goals. We're talking about three goals. And he missed all of them. So I would say, like, back to it, we do need a right winger. We do need someone to come and play for Giuliano. For example, in the second half or anyone, we need some competition in that position. But anyway, the second half, I would say we didn't really, I think, create much. I just remember Sorloth
You remember
creating
the
a
Llorente
chance
chance?
for that was, I think, in way like I think 65th, 70th minute something when Molina came
Ooh,
on. I remember Sorloth creating a chance for David Hansko. Uh,
yeah.
so I think for me Sorloth was decent. He just missed one chance, but I think like he covered it by setting up Giuliano. No, I'm serious. I'm serious.
Hey,
Like he
that's your
set up.
opinion. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
deny your opinion, right?
yeah, sure. But I think like he did enough. Like he set up Giuliano for the again for 1v1. That should have been a goal, which again he hit the post.
Mhm.
And again, he was doing pretty well. I would say just once where I don't know if it was Giuliano or Pablo Barrios, where they squared the ball and Sorloth wasn't there. I mean, like he should have been there for a tap in. He wasn't there. That's the only
You want him to be a default post making that final run.
exactly.
Usually not.
But I think that was the only two things I would say about Sorloth, which he did wrong. Other than that, like I can't really blame Sorloth for anything. I think he had a decent game.
Uh, I think that's not a minor issue. I think your striker not arriving to the box, not making runs, or these other things is not a small thing. Because usually, even when Sorloth is coming off the bench, he's making his presence known. Even if he missing his chances with the air, or if he just missed the ball or something, he'd at least make the run. Him not showing up at all is not a good sign to him. And I don't know how he feels about staying or leaving. I know how I feel. I don't particularly, I don't particularly like it. So I I don't think there's a whole lot of good options to replace him with, honestly, which is the frustrating part. Because again, if you did this at the start of the summer, you would have been in a much better position to fix him. But if there's an option to replace him with somebody better at this point in the season, I will take it. That's what I genuinely feel right now.
But I don't think Sorloth will leave for sure. I think again,
Yeah.
Bina is out injured again. Bina is gonna miss the next game as well, which is again gonna be a difficult game. So Sorloth will get his chance. So yeah. But yeah, I think for me Sorloth had a decent game. But anyway, moving on, I think like the game was very tight. Like we were just missing the final third pass, and like we just couldn't find it. We were trying so hard, like we just couldn't find it. Like someone was doing at the final third, someone was doing something, I don't know, like I said, wasteful, I would say. But anyway, Molina came on, Javi Galan came on. Lorente had a chance, but that was offside. So, but still, I would have said like you should have
Was it?
scored it too. He was offside, yeah.
I feel like if that went in, we would have went to our review.
No, yeah, that would have went to VAR, and then it would have been given offside. So yeah, Giuliano one was given offside, but if like he scored, that goes to VAR. That's a goal.
Mhm.
And if Lorente scores, that goes to VAR. That's offside. But still, he should have scored. He should have finished it. Like like just for the confidence, just to boost the team, or maybe I don't know, pass it to Raspadori. Raspadori was alone there, and then again Griezmann came on. He had those very flicker shots, passes to goalkeeper. I would say not like any good shots, like literally passes. Gallagher came on, but then we were crossing the ball so good when Sorloth is not there.
I was saying the exact same thing. I was like, wow, look at that cross. It's a shame nobody above 5'9" is in our box, man.
when Sorloth was there, you were literally crossing the ball, like literally, I don't know, like way like towards the fullback or something, and now Sorloth has gone like perfect back to perfect crossing. Like when you need it, you don't have it, and then when you don't have the person for it, like you're having perfect crosses, which was very frustrating for me again to see. And then it was just a frustrating match to see. Like we were, and then Elche was obviously wasting their time and shit. And then the second frustrating thing for me was a corner. Like you had 10 corners, you couldn't make up anything. I don't know, like what our set piece. Who the fuck is our set piece coach? What the hell is he doing? Like seriously, learn something from Arsenal. Call Andre Berta. Like like yo, like we need some help. Can you just send someone over here for some
For all time's sake.
for all time's sake? Exactly, because Arsenal scored 2-3 goals from corner itself yesterday.
Mhm.
Uh, we have to make the most out of the corners on the set pieces. We're not able to. I don't know, for some reason we should be making the most out of it. But second half, I think it was like we had most of the ball, obviously, but we couldn't make anything out of it. Just one chance, Lorente again, which was offside. Other than that, Raspatori tried a shot, which was blocked. Like I said, these players become prime Maldini and Nesta against us for some reason. Griezmann had those, baby farts kind of shots outside the box, and one, yeah, a couple of outside the shots. Again, like, like I feel like we don't really have someone coming from the bench who can actually influence the game. So in that manner, I would say we do need some players, and we do need a right winger, which I hopefully now, right now, I'm literally begging for Nico Gonzalez. At first, I was quite skeptical about it, but I think right now we do need Nico Gonzalez. We do need a
I
winger.
I don't want to cut you off, so we'll just continue
I
talking.
mean, who do you bring? Like, so you would be happy, like, if we just stay like this?
No, not necessarily. I
Okay,
We'll get
who
we'll
would you
get
bring?
into it. I still like I'm positive on the fact that we've improved last season on a lot of different
Have
fronts.
we? Have we?
That's
Like,
why a lot of the flaws that we've shown in the last two games were flaws that already existed in the last not just one season, but last 2 3 seasons. Right?
so
That
how
needed
did
to
we,
be.
so how did we improve
A
then?
lot of the flaws that we already had, that we also had have been addressed. Almada being able to carry the ball from our box to the opposition box while also defending. This is something that Lino used to do like actively as a wing back that he couldn't really do as a winger in our system. Being able to link up incredibly well, being able to create those chances. Bayana, same thing. Not necessarily the defensive contribution, but that's not what he's there for. What do you call it? Hanko, that ball that he put in for Sorloth. The last time I saw a score a goal like that from a centre back striker was Hermoso to Suarez in the 21-22 season. That was a really, really beautiful cross to Suarez, of which he trapped it perfectly and scored it on, I think, his week or something like that. That's how long ago it's been in terms of direct from centre back to striker. That's a long time. That's 4 years. You know what I mean? So I think a lot of the issues have
I
been addressed.
mean,
We still have flaws.
no,
We'll never be a perfect team, right? We still have flaws, and as I mentioned before, the set piece thing is not a minor issue. That's not a minor issue. It hasn't been a minor issue for some time now. But certain things, I like. If you get Simeone a dribbler, right? Let's say we get because I don't know why we're so obsessed with Nico Gonzalez. Because I don't view him as a dribbler. I view him as a runner. In the
because we
same
don't have options. Who would you bring? Who would you bring for the right wing position?
oh, shit.
Who would you bring who's ready to take a pay cut, who's ready to come under 20 million euros? Who would you take on the right wing position? Yeah,
Okay.
so I was asking you, so who would you bring in the right wing position?
It doesn't need to be a specific person, but my somebody I personally very much like, which is Jeremiah Hernandez from Deportivo La Coruña. I know it's one of those things where it's like, ooh, Segunda, whatever, but it's like in terms of if you want somebody who can dribble really well and create chances at a very, very, very high level, that's somebody I would look at. Um, sometimes you do need to dip into a division, maybe a division lower to you, because they have some talents in there that are not supposed to be there. I feel the same way about Pubil. Pubil was in Almeria. He should not have been in the second division. Him and Arribas are two players who in Almeria who shouldn't be in second division. They had good years in the second division, but they should have been in the first division, showing their talent of being able to do things. There's a reason why Wolves went after him, and there's a reason why we went after him. I think he's really good. I think the same way about Yerman. And him being Spanish means obviously none of these problems that we've had before with the international slots, all these other things. The only problem would be how do you get a player out to compensate for the money? Because he's not going to be cheap. That's the only problem with him. He's going to be more expensive than Nico Gonzalez, but I think I view him as a player who, because of how young he is and how good I think he can be, he's somebody you put down the money for. Was he Mourinho quote? Mr. Like just pay, Mr. Pay. Don't think about it. Just pay. Like that's one of those players where he's that good to me. He can be an insane dribbler, insane winger, and if you really want to, you could also put him a little further forward, like how Korea used to be in terms of really, really good at what he does to an extent. You don't necessarily need to start him every single time, although eventually he will be a starter because he has that level of quality.
I would still prefer Nico Gonzalez, to be honest, because
Why
again,
is that?
it's a World Cup year.
Yep.
He will give his best. Again, he will give his best. He wants to make to the national team. He will get like I don't know. I think he would be pretty much rotational. It will be between Juliano and Nico Gonzalez. I would say some matches he will start, some matches he will start, and then I would say second, Nico Gonzalez is in his prime again with Fiorentina. He was good. He has already played in that level. Okay, the one you're mentioning again, he's in Secunda, right? He needs to develop, right? He needs those minutes, and if he doesn't get those minutes, he's not going to develop that much. I mean, the perfect example I would say is Matías Cunha. Like he wasn't getting those minutes with us. As soon as he went to Premier League with Wolves, he was a starter for them. He was getting minutes after minutes. He spent like what couple of seasons with Wolves. Look at him now with Man United. Look at him now with Man United. He's a completely different player. A completely different player. He will literally run on defense with the ball, with the dribbling skills, with everything. He had a great chance today as well against Man United with the perfect first touch. Perfect first touch from it was a long ball from a defender.
Did he
Such
finish
a
it?
sweet first. And no, he did not. But again, again, I'm saying, like he's a different player now. Like what he was for us. He's a completely different player. I think like right now, like if Matheus Cunha, like the level he's playing at, I think that he starts over Sorloth easily. And that Alvarez Cunha partnership would have been amazing. But again, like I said, like you need minutes to like like to develop. And with Nico Gonzalez, again, he's already played at that level. With Fiorentina, he was amazing. With Juventus, he didn't really get those minutes, but I think like this year he'll be very much eager. Like you have that motivation to make it to the national team because it's the World Cup year. So in that manner, I would say Nico Gonzalez is a perfect fit right now for Atlético Madrid. We should actually go for him, especially the
think-
fact that we can get him for 20 million as well.
I think there's a reason why. To me, Nico Gonzalez, I'm going to say for the third week, the reason why I've never been a big fan for him is because when you look at who he is as a player, he doesn't really differ that much from what Juliano already offers. His best
Yeah, good.
goal
Good.
scorer.
Like I said, if someone is having a bad day, someone can replace him. Simple.
No, that's not what I meant. I meant Giuliano and him are equal levels, and he's about Giuliano's 22 and he's 27, right? And then you also follow in the fact that Nicolas, I should say, Gonzalez has an awful, and I truly do mean awful, injury history. If you look at that injury history, it looks like something Jimenez is up to. Like it's bad. Like it's really, really bad. It's a lot of small injuries, a lot of big injuries as well. And to the point of which, if you look at it, to me, I know Juventus want to break even, But you have to kind of respect the fact that he was poor for you, like really poor for you that year, last year with Juventus, to the point of which his injuries also really, really don't help. Does he upgrade Giuliano? No. Does he help with our depth? Not particularly. Is there a long term plan with him? Not really either. I I view this as one of those players that if you sign, you're gonna have problems getting rid of him. If it doesn't work out,
I
who
mean,
are you
again,
selling him to?
and we're not paying a big fee as well as 20 million or something.
True. I'm just viewing it from the point of view of every signing that you make is technically a bet. Right? Bayana could have been a complete dud as well. Right? Anybody can be a dud. Alvarez could have been a dud.
Baina is young. Baina is a starter. Baina is our literally main
No, I'm
player.
not saying no.
Nico
I'm
Gonzalez would be
saying
a rotation player for us.
sure. Understand what I mean though. It's like any signing you make technically is a risk because even no matter how guaranteed a player may seem, they could fail with you because of a lot of different reasons. Could be the system, could be some family issue, could be whatever it is. I am saying if something goes wrong with the Nico Gonzalez deal, who do you sell him to? You understand what I mean? I mean, like, let's say next year we get
Teams
tired of
teams
Longley. Who are we
teams in
selling
Italy
Longley
will
to?
take him.
Like who? I have seen nobody else but Atletico go after Nico Gonzalez, so that's not a good sign to me.
Yeah, I mean, like that's a lot of players, to be honest. Like if you look at that way, there are a lot of players. That's the only Atlético de Madrid is going for, and not any other team.
I mean,
But I
all of the
think
players we've tried to sign so far have been heavily contested, or at least contested, without exception. I don't know. I think the only exception is Raspadori so far, which I don't know if that's a good or bad sign. But
Raspadori is a decent signing, I would say. Like it's just 2 matches. Like he didn't have a preseason as well. He will come.
that's just
Give him some time. Like he will have that clutch moments. I mean, even against Elche, like he had that shot. That was a pretty good shot. That was a much better shot than Antoine Griezmann. Antoine Griezmann shots were like baby farts. Raspadori shot was like proper, perfect from the laces of the booth. You know, but
super keeper.
yes, but I would say we do need a winger, and if
Anyway,
it's
the point we're getting too tired of putting wing apart. The point of the second half is we should have been talking about is the tactical differences. But the substitutes when they came on were very clearly differences in terms of it's a shame because Galan, Molina, and Gallagher all fit a much better system where you're trying to get Sorloth onto the pitch and go and score a goal where you have somebody who's big who can tower over the defenders. And then, so we did that with those three players while also having Raspadori and Griezmann who can link up really well with Alvarez. And it just is like two tactics that don't mesh at all. If that makes sense. Because I
it
think,
does, yeah, it does. But like I said, we didn't create anything other than that. Like
right, I think that's
other than the
why
chance.
I think we have the plan A is feed Alvarez. And to do so, we do a lot of quick movements, a lot of really nice link up, which is what you see with Bayana, Almada, Ruggieri, Barrios, and these other players will do. And then the plan B, which is feed Sorloth. A lot of crossing, a lot of quick overloads on the flanks, different style of play. There's plan A and plan B. We tried to mix plan A and plan B and managed to just crashed and did nothing, and we didn't really have any chances in the second half. We had a plan A in the first half, which was feed Solar, and it didn't really work out, but it could have maybe.
It kind of did. That's how we scored the first goal. But yeah, I get your point. But anyway, to everyone watching us, do let us know your opinions on the whole match. Actually, what do you think? And yeah, I think people will come and say Simeone out, but I don't see any. I don't see how can you blame like Simeone in this position, to be honest, because we had the chances, we just couldn't finish them. Like if there's any other team that's gonna miss like 3-4 chances, like clear cut chances, like I don't know what to say, to be honest. Like that being said, we still need players in this team, especially a winger. If it's not Nico Gonzalez, we need a winger actually. Anyone. But I
Yeah.
think it'll be Nico Gonzalez only. I think it'll be Nico Gonzalez only, and I won't mind the signing at all at the moment, to be honest.
Hey, if we could get Kang in league, I ain't gonna say no. You feel me?
But we're not gonna get Kang In
No,
Lee.
we're not
I
gonna.
mean that's a good signing. That's a good
Yeah.
sign. That's a very good signing, Kang In Lee. But yeah, we can only dream about Kang In Lee right now. Even for Nico Gonzalez, like if we have to sign Nico Gonzalez, I would say we have to sell a player, and the only player I see is Carlos Martin going to Getafe or something. So again, I think this is the last week. Yeah, this is the last week of the transfer window.
Yeah, I think so. Do you think
So
Carlos Martin even gives us enough space to get another signing in, or is that just we just need to get rid of one player?
I think we have to sell a player. What I read in the reports, like we have to sell a player in order to sign Nico Gonzalez. And like since you've mentioned, like wow, why the fuck we can't go for Nico Kangin Lee? Like why can't we go for Kangin Lee? Like seriously, the guy is literally yeah, the guy is like much better, and like plus like you don't have to pay that much money as well. But yeah, I don't know. Simeone's love for Argentinians is just different. But anyway, that being said as well, I won't mind Nico Gonzalez at all right now. Even though we should be going for Kangin Lee. But yeah, anyway guys, do let us know. Hit the like button, share it with your friends, hit the subscribe button, and help us reach 500 subscribers. And we'll see you guys soon for the next video, which would be the preview for Alaves game. And we're gonna talk. Hopefully we have some good news until then.
Yep.
Okay, until then, Opa Atleti. See you guys soon. Ciao,
Have a
ciao.
good one.